Yo, what's up, guys? So, somebody wanted to know how to give a woman an orgasm. Wanted me to speak on that. It's interesting because it's something that I never really thought about. I never really thought about speaking on this, even though I had kind of referenced it, mentioned it, that I know how to make women have orgasms and things like that. But didn't really want to put too much emphasis on it because, I'm not trying to build myself up to be this incredible guy who just has it going for him. But it's just so happened it's a part of my lifestyle. And, I've come to the conclusion that my life is pretty great, man. You know, I have a pretty great life and I have a long way to go, only up from here. And, a great deal of what makes my life pretty great is that, man, I have amazing sex. I'm very good at it. And as you know, I practice semen retention faithfully for over a year. Yes, I am counting. I don't care. There's no big thing to me. If I have an orgasm tomorrow, ejaculate tomorrow, it's because I chose to. All right, it won't be by accident. All right, so and I'll just get right back on the horse. So what? So what if I didn't go the rest of my life without ejaculating? Whatever. Um, I'm still benefiting. But anyway, so with this semen retention lifestyle, my focus has changed. Now my focus is towards the woman and letting her have a good time, as opposed to just focusing on me, you know. And that's you guys, you have to listen to women. You know what I'm saying? Like the conversation is very much redundant at this point. Is that men only want a nut? They only care about what they want, and they don't care about satisfying the woman. All right, if you want women to have orgasms, like that issue needs to be addressed right away. That needs to change right away. All right, and so now you're focused on the woman. You're focused on giving her the experience or whatever. Now you got to resolve to do anything to get her there. So obviously, there are a lot of ways in which there's a lead up to sex. So I mean, you could be with somebody all day, and things got hot and heavy over the course of the day. It could be something where you have a broken in relationship where it's like, hey, I'm about to go to the grocery store, but you trying to have sex first? Be one of those things. It could be one of those things where the sexual tension's been building over the course of days, weeks, months, and in my case, years. With my child's mother, years. Um, and it could just be also just initial attraction, just two attractive human beings in the same room or something like that. Birds and the bees type things. But anyway, that has a lot to do with um, if the likelihood of a woman having an orgasm. See, there's a lot of things I can say about this. And by the way, if the video shuts off, go to anywhere podcasts are streaming, look up Flawed and Found with Milo Nowhere. Okay? Flawed and Found. And you can hear the rest. But anyway, um, that has something to do with the likelihood, depending, because women have to be in the right emotional state to have an orgasm, to even want to have sex, or they're gonna get all dried up. So naturally, I would say, because all of what I'm really speaking on is foreplay, no matter how prolonged it is or extended. It's foreplay, and so and I guess in any event, you would want foreplay to happen until you know a woman's body. If you already know a woman's body and you made them, you got them to the point of an orgasm before, then you won't have to play around as much as far as foreplay goes. Also, when I say foreplay, I'm not even talking about giving head. All right, now I'm I do that, but I consider that part of the sexual experience. I consider that kind of. I mean, it's sex, it's oral sex, but sex, especially because you can make a woman have an orgasm that way, and that is pretty much that's most of what my foreplay is. All right, so I'm not telling you to just give head. Don't kiss on the neck or the ears or rub. And if time isn't an issue, fine, do all those things and explore a woman's body. You know, ever so often. You don't got to do it every time, but explore the woman's body, and you will see what parts of her really drive her wild. Parts that she just because some women like a hot breath on their ears or or neck, or some women like to be just rubbed on their neck, and that'll just really drive them crazy. Rub on the neck, suck on the neck, kiss on it, breathe on their neck. Some women are turned on by random touches on the back. Just random, like when you rubbing on them, like you like take your finger off, and they can't see your finger rubbing them, so they don't know where it's gonna come next. Like that build up, it really gets to them. That tickleness. If they're ticklish or whatever. I mean, in fact, you can make women have orgasms off tickles alone. So there's obviously some genius to implementing that strategy. I'm not saying doing that for a couple seconds is going to do it, but get her turned on. And so where do I go from here? Because I mean, it's just so many ways you go about that. But I already established foreplay, focus on the woman. Okay, so here's a big thing, guys. First of all, when I give head, I'm always aiming to make the woman come from head first. So I mean, so by the time it's time to have sex, first of all, she's already going to be extremely warmed up. Um, and you got the momentum on your side. You got the confidence. You're feeling like the man because you done made her do all types of moaning. You know what I'm saying? And you made her come with your mouth. Okay. Now it's time to put in the Rock Hard Johnson. The Rock Johnson. You know what I'm saying? Uh, and oh yeah, and because you're practicing semen retention, hopefully, guys, you're really rock hard. All right, you got a fucking Geodude down there. All right, so that's gonna help. And I gotta be honest with you guys, I'm kind of blessed in a certain way. I'm not because I'm necessarily big. I am above average, probably average black male size, but pretty much above average in Maryland. Maryland, America, I would say. Um, but because the way I'm kind of curved up just a little bit, I'm curved up, and well, for the particular woman that I'm having sex with right now, I don't know how all women are built, but I'm I'm I have that perfect curve where I can rub up against her spot, her G spot. But even if that weren't the case for me, guys, I mean, I only had one dick my whole life, but uh, you can angle it, which is very genius. Like you know what I'm saying. So if it helps, one thing that I found that helps that I researched it and I've done is that when you got a woman in missionary position, which is not my preferred position to make a woman come, but I can. If you put her in missionary, you want to fold a pillow up and put it under her back, under her lower back, so she can have that angle, and so you get a nice perfect angle as you dip down into her, and that's you will have great results with that. And also, it's just better for your stroke. Another thing that I do, guys, I'm laying it out right here. I wish I could actually show you. I can't show you on YouTube, but I might upload. I might make a porn. I might do some porn and kind of a 101. So look out for that, man. Look, I'm expanding. We talking expansions over here, guys. Um, And God, I forgot I was recording on the podcast, so I mean I can't show you much of anything right here anyway. But so I was talking about playing around with angles. So when you're having sex, you can go up and down and you know and hit it like that. But one genius thing that I do is that I move my hips. I move my hips in a circular motion like I'm doing salsa or something. So just or like when you go to a party, I don't know how they do it where you are, but when you're dancing with a up against a woman and y'all grinding, I guess some people call that whining or whatever. You do that? You like a hula hoop, just wrap around in there, and then you angle yourself, your dick, against her walls. So like you getting the right side of the wall and the left side of the wall, and you may be hitting the G spot periodically, just kind of like a snake just slithering past that, and get them off. And also, guys, consistency is key. So you want to go with what is working, but understand for a lot of you guys, ejaculating prematurely is the thing. That's the problem. The problem is you can't last too long. You probably one of those guys who need to smoke some weed or drink some drink or I don't know, maybe even pop a Viagra just so you can last long enough for a woman to get an orgasm if she is going to have one. But I, I'm trying to remember where I'm going with this. What was I saying? Goddamn. Oh yeah. So okay, premature ejaculation. My bad. My bad. So to deal with premature ejaculation, you gotta pace yourself. Okay, you gotta communicate with your partner, whether if it's your first time or whatever. Not you don't need to necessarily say that I'm nervous. You just say, I just want to take my time starting off, so I can get used to how good it feels. Keep the foreplay going, guys. I mean, so long as you didn't, you don't ejaculate early, then you're still in the game. So I think that if it starts off well, if she's feeling good, she don't feel any pressure, and again, I can't stress enough, if she's feeling good, then she's not going to give you a big fuss. On top of that, you probably just gave, and if you just gave, this is why I'm so big on oral sex. You have to practice in oral sex. Now you can't be doing this to randoms, but you got to practice oral sex because look, you making her come off of giving her head, that's gonna give you a lot of leeway. That's gonna give you a lot of wiggle room. All right. So she like, wow. I mean, this is a bonus, man. I just had a goddamn orgasm. Oh, I'm a part of the 11% of women who have orgasms. Maybe I should just enjoy this. And if there's extra, there's extra. And if you got somebody like me, I'm kind of competitive. Not even kind of. I'm very competitive. And on top of that, because I'm practicing semen retention, I'm not trying to get a nut. Oh, I'm trying to make this woman have a goddamn experience that she gonna want to tell her goddamn grandmother about, and that's just real talk, man. Like I want to have, it's all about legacy with me in many events, but especially, but yeah, definitely, especially in the bedroom, having sex, man. But one thing that I wanted to say because I'm kind of out of order, a very important thing to do if you've never done this before with the woman that you're having sex with or the women that you're going to have sex with. And if it's your first time, ask for permission. Don't be weird. Just say, I just want to examine that area. I want to see what it looks like. I want to peep your anatomy. And ideally, while you're doing this, this is the moment that uh, you start giving head. All right. So you want to know exactly where the best spots for you, your tongue to be. Should you use fingers? You want to really get a good feel for the anatomy. And also over time, you'll get a lot better at that. And then, communication is key. Don't be prideful about this because, I mean, you just give her a great experience and listen. And whatever's working, you just keep doing it. Because the thing about the tongue is, I mean, the tongue is a very powerful muscle. It's very strong. Like if a tongue has muscle or if a tongue is a muscle, I don't know. but it's very powerful anyway. It's very strong, and although you have to worry about it getting tired and you start hurting, you're doing it for so goddamn long, which I know a lot about. You don't have to worry about it coming prematurely. Like your tongue is a fighter. All right, low key when it comes to body parts, the tongue is very underrated. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the tongue. Reason why I'm able to talk to you the way I'm talking to you right now. You know what I'm saying? Uh, the tongue is very powerful. Use it to your advantage, guys. Experiment. Whatever gives you the best reaction, keep just keep flooding her with it, and she gonna flood you. All right. Now I don't know if I can really tell you how to make a woman squirt, although I've done that quite a few times, a lot of times. But why would I even? I don't even know why I'm bringing that up. But but I mean, I guess I was just bringing it up to say that I have experience with that, but I can't tell you how to do it. If that's something that you would want to do. Um, and I'm trying to think if I'm missing something. All right. By the way, I I'm about to show you up a little bit, but because the person I'm having sex with right now, it's just her and I, and we've been having sex for years. We don't use any protection, so it's even harder for me, and it's especially harder for me, because I'm practicing semen retention. So how sensitive it is down there. You know how horny I can get. You know, it's like a like when you be hard all goddamn day, then you just got a bunch of pre cum in your pants, like you just wet. Yeah, man, I be having those days, man. So that's tough, and then the feeling of a woman so warm and wet, and just that's a tough one. That's tough to overcome, and then the angles you got to put yourself in, and focus on your breathing as well. And then you getting pulled down and scratched, and they saying all that just ridiculous shit in your ear. Like, it's a lot to maintain. Like, when I break it down this, man, sex is very um intricate, man. It's a very intricate thing for the male. Like, all the things that we have to balance. Like, I mean, a woman could get fucked until it hurts. She can have sex pretty much until it hurts. You know, if she's wet or whatever, she's kind of good to go. But a man, you gotta hold it down. Whoa, 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 slow it down, cause I'm about to rock it, man. And rock it, man. But all right, guys. So to kind of wrap this up and focus on the important parts, focus on your breathing, focus on the woman, experiment, research, analyze the anatomy, communicate, be comforting. I'm gonna say it again because it just came to my mind again. Slow down the pace, take control, do the little things, foreplay, massage, whatever. You don't have to do it all the time, but I'm just saying, if you ever if you ever consider or never consider, I mean, definitely implement those things. All right, not to the randoms, but to the to the regulars. Give head to the point of orgasm, unless she says, unless she tell you to stop. And I mean, with that being said, I mean, all right, you know what? I mean, because I don't do this. Reason why I don't speak on it, but also you can get her there with the finger. Stick it in there. You do the come here thing with your fingers, two fingers, or whatever it is. I don't do that personally because it's my hands. I'm not always cleaning under my nails. I'm not cleaning under my nails every day. And even still, like I don't need to do all that. But that's just the way that I go about things. Guys, if you have any questions, please reach out to me. If you listen to me on the podcast, you can find me Milo Nowhere on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. find me on YouTube. Subscribe to me on YouTube. And and guys on YouTube, message me if you need, and same thing, any platform or here. And if you got any questions, anything you want to talk about, let's do it. And with that being said, man, y'all take care. Thank you.